Whether you are a demon or a slayer, everyone wants an ability set that's actually good. And so I will be giving you guys a no-nonsense tier list of every ability set currently in Project Slayers. And because a lot of this stuff is indeed subjective, I will be doing it from very hard to use to brain dead, instead of your normal D to S tier. So let's begin, shall we? So first up in the very hard to use category, we have the Arrow Demon Art. Now this is pretty damn hard to use, cause for lack of a better word, this doesn't really have a 100 to 0 combo, and that in Project Slayer kind of immediately makes something hard to use. Now that's not to say that it's terrible, it's definitely pretty decent, and it has the best mobility ability in the game by far, so its utility definitely is there. It's just that there really is better options, especially if you are a demon, and we'll get to that later. Now that said, the time I was using it, I will say that this is probably the best skill set if you just like running away and you don't really like actually doing combos, you just want to spam abilities. This one is probably going to be best if you are a demon, but to be honest, I think that it's still very hard to use, and against an experienced player, you're not gonna have a good time. Now in the hard to use tier, we have the Tamarin Demon Art. Now these Tamari balls are actually deadly. Now I'm telling you, the combos you can do with this are actually ridiculous. I've seen some clips that are been so crazy that I personally have put in the suggestions for this game that it needs to be nerfed. But then when I personally used it, I realized that this is not as busted as I thought it was. You actually have to genuinely be good at the game to hit these combos, because the combo starters with the Tamari balls are not that good. It doesn't really have much to do to actually open up a combo, but if you do get someone in a combo, they're gonna be in it until they are dead or damn near dead. So yeah, this is definitely a good demon art, but it is not for the casual players, I would say, especially in PvE. I really don't like it. I didn't like using it when I was PvEing. It's good for PvP in some scenarios, but it's still hard to use, and I can't put it any higher. But its combo extenders, a lot of you guys are going to like it. Now if you get this, just because I put it here, don't say, oh, I'm gonna spin it off. I think that you should definitely try it and see if it fits your play style. Now the next one we have in the alright to use tier is going to be wind breathing. Now wind breathing is actually a very solid breathing, but that's kind of the problem. Its combos aren't too crazy. It's kind of just like you might be able to extend with one thing and then you're kind of done after that. And for that reason, I would say it is probably by far the most annoying breathing in the entire game, because only people that are actually terrible at the game even use it, because it really just takes no skill. So if two players that are not experienced with the game are fighting and one of them has wind, I'm probably gonna say that the wind breathing user is going to win, because they can just spam their moves and it's not much skill needed. But the problem does come when you're fighting an actually good player, and that's why I put it on the alright to use tier and not any higher, because people that are actually good at the game are not going to be hit by many of the moves in wind breathing. So it's definitely not hard to use, but it's really not brain dead either. If you are good at the game, wind breathing is going to be deadly too. If you pair it with some clans as well, then it starts getting really good. So definitely a solid breathing if you want it. So next we have the easy to use tier. Now these are the ones that you really just cannot go wrong with, so I'll start off with water breathing. Now water breathing is the one that I primarily use, and it is definitely my favorite because number one, it's got lots of mobility with water wheel and the base, and you can run away from anyone. Like it's really easy, and it has some great combo starters. Like everyone's asking for Basin to be nerfed, but I really do think that it's actually pretty balanced because you can easily get outplayed and there is some end lag on some stuff, but Water Breathing has some nice combos, very nice combo extenders, and you can easily 100 to 0 summon. It even has ranged moves as well, so you can catch people lacking and again use them as combo starters. Overall, it's just an all-rounder. Like, you can really use it for anything. You can, whether it be PvE, PvP, Water Breathing is definitely very good. So that brings me to Insect Breathing, where it's also kind of the same case, because with Insect, basically all you have to do is get them into a barrage after barrage after barrage. Like, it just feels like every move in this entire skill set is just like a semi-stun barrage. Now, it's definitely very easy to use, and people that tell you any different are just lying, probably because they use it and can't cope with the fact that they're not as good at the game that they think they are. And also, if you get the Insect Katana boss drop with this, oh, you can create some crazy combos with it. Either way, I think Water or Insect, whichever one you pick, you're going to be very satisfied. They're definitely good for PvP, PvE, and you can't go wrong. Now in the Brain Dead tier. In the Brain Dead tier, we have Lightning Breathing. My God, this one is so ridiculous. Like, this is, I'd say, the most overpowered skill set in the entire game if I had to pick one, just because the combos aren't even hard to do. Because I'll admit, the Water Breathing and the Insect combos, you kind of got to know the game to do with a 100 to 0, but the Insect combo, it literally takes no skill, just button mash 1 2 3 4 and then they're dead. Like, it's so stupid, it's literally so stupid. It takes no skill at all, and it's quite literally just brain dead. It's spam moves and you will win. Especially if you got that Agatsuma Godspeed mode, it's over. I don't know much that will beat that. Like, literally, it will be over. And then next, on the demon side of the coin, you got Bloodburst. This is a crazy one. Now, you can be brain dead with this, but if you're good at the game, if you're fighting someone that's good at the game and they have Nezuko's Bloodburst Demon Art, it's over. You are not winning against them. It's literally impossible. Probably the best combo extender in the game on a short cooldown and does good damage, has some of the easiest combos to do as well, and it has pretty damn decent mobility. You know, you can use that one move to run faster, and it has some nice AoEs. I actually really like it. And I also like that you can choose when to detonate your bombs, because that can get you out of combos, and that's essentially means that this Blood Demon Art has an evasive, and that is a game changer. So both of these are completely brain dead. Don't let anyone tell you otherwise. If you get either of these, you're going to be very happy. Now, that said, if you made it this far, you might as well subscribe. And remember that in my Discord, I will be actually helping people in Project Slayers. I am playing with you guys, and I also have some Project Slayer specific channels if you guys want to go and talk in there and find people to grind with. Now, that said, thank you guys for watching. I'll see you guys in the next one.
Can persevere, go forward on my own. There's a bright and shining pearl